Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about attraction in dating, okay? What attracts somebody, what doesn't? So I'm just going to dive right in and talk about what attracts somebody when you're dating. First of all, let me say this. Before we talk about attraction, one of the things you guys have to understand is, you could have all the qualities and be a very attractive person on the inside and the outside. But if you're not dealing with the right person, or you don't have somebody that you could work with, it doesn't matter how attractive you are. It's not going to go anywhere. And this is what a lot of people don't get. They think, I look good. I'm looking hot. My body looks right. I'm doing all the right things. I'm being friendly. I'm following up with texts and everything like that. That's all great. But if you're dealing with the wrong person, it doesn't matter how attractive or how wonderful you are. You have to understand something. And it's the same thing like when people I have to bring this up. When people deal with a narcissistic person, right? A lot of times they fall into a toxic relationship and they don't understand, why isn't this relationship working out? I'm trying to work with this person. And, no matter what I say, they don't see my point of view. They flip the blame back on me. They ghost me, or they're not unavailable. Well, that's because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to deal and be in a relationship, okay? So when we talk about attraction, know who you're working with. This has to be the key in dating and relationships, because a lot of times we feel like, why isn't this relationship working, or why isn't this relationship moving to the next level? Well, take a good hard look at the person that you picked, okay? Like speaking from personal experience, a lot of the relationships or people that I dated that didn't work out were people that I couldn't work with. They were people that weren't really looking for a relationship. A lot of times they were players. They didn't know what it was to be in a relationship. They didn't want to be tied down. They loved themselves. So, first of all, when you're dating somebody, the first thing that you want to look at is this person selfish? Is this person fucking selfish? Okay? Because if you're dealing with a selfish person, your relationship is gonna, not so much that it won't go anywhere, but it's going to be a lot more difficult, you guys. You're going to deal with somebody who's not going to compromise, not going to bend. And one of the most successful things when you want to know, is this relationship going to be a good relationship or not, is knowing if you have somebody who can compromise with you. When we talk about love and we talk about lust, first of all, love is something that grows. I've talked about this in prior podcasts. It's not something instantaneously, okay? It's like I've said before. You've seen that person, good, bad, ugly, rich, poor, depressed, sad, angry, and you have come to the conclusion that you could love this person, all right? Because you've seen this person all around. That's what makes long distance relationships difficult, okay? Because you're seeing the person on the surface, on a video chat, you're chatting with them, but you're not seeing them in everyday life. You're not really seeing them around other people. You're seeing the surface level of that person. That's why, you have to make the time to go see the person and really put the time into it to really know if this person is worth it. But this podcast is basically based on attraction. So the first thing is evaluate. Is the person that you're targeting, are they somebody that you can move forward? Are they somebody that is selfish? That's number one. How are you going to know if they're selfish? You get on the phone with them. Are they mostly talking about themselves and not asking you questions? When you make plans for a date, is it always what they want to do? Or are they willing to sacrifice and do something that you want to do? Are they willing to be on the phone with you on a Saturday night? Or are they always going out with their friends and never making time or making plans with you. See, these are all clues to know whether is this somebody that I could work with. So now we're going to talk about attraction, right? So when we talk about attraction, this is what I tell people. First of all, you want to be the best version of you, okay? You don't want to compare yourself to Instagram models or fitness magazine or any of that. That is all superficial, okay? And even though somebody could be very attractive looks-wise, there's very beautiful women or very good-looking men that can't hold on to somebody. Why? Because they don't have the smarts up here to know how to work somebody, to know how to make a relationship work. Because attraction, yes, in the beginning, attraction is what brings somebody in, but it's not what holds the person. What holds the person is the mental connection that you have with that person, the spiritual connection that you make with that person. And of course, in the beginning, you always feel like you have that connection, right? They're really nice. They're saying everything you want to hear and all of that. But remember, people have their masks on in the beginning, and you have to evaluate and say to yourself, what is this person's ultimate goal in dating me? Are they really interested in a relationship? So what do we talk about? If somebody's interested in a relationship, I talk about constantly consistency, watching their pattern. What is their history in prior relationships? All of a sudden, they're telling you they want a relationship, but their track record shows different. Their track record shows that they're all over the place and never had a long relationship, a year or more, okay? That is a red flag, okay? So it doesn't matter what comes out of their mouth. So, but when we talk about attraction, the point I want to make is this, you guys. Stop worrying about what other people think and start worrying about just being the best version of you. Start worrying about doing everything you can for you. Looking good, feeling good, get your money right, okay? Because this is what I'm going to tell you when it comes to life. In life, we don't know what could happen. Okay? That's why you see people, that are just initially married and, they're all elated and everything like that. And yes, maybe they can have a very successful marriage and maybe they won't. All right? Maybe 10 years down the line or the 7-year itch, something happens where somebody is not happy or somebody meets somebody else, or there could be money issues, or there could be family issues. So the point that I'm trying to make in all this is that you have to have your own self together. This is why today or tomorrow, if your relationship doesn't work out, you know what? You got you. You got you, okay? And that takes time to really build up that self-esteem and that strength. Because remember something, in life, sometimes things are not forever. And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I think that people need to be aware of this and stop being in a fantasy, thinking that, okay, once you get married, I married, the prince on the white horse and that's it. I got my security and I'm safe and everything. You never have full security, you guys. You never have full security because in life, like I told you before, things happen. People lose their jobs. There's issues about children. There's issues about family. So you want to always have it together yourself, Me first. That's what it is. Me first. Not to the point where you're so selfish you can't give to the other person. Of course, when you come into a partnership, you want to come together and make that person a priority. And this was an issue in one of the groups, okay, where she was talking about her mother-in-law, how the husband was saying, always bringing up the mother-in-law. Well, my mother had 6 kids and she was able to have a clean house and this and that. And he was comparing the wife to the mother-in-law and all of that. Okay, first of all, outside relationships are outside relationships. The priority is your partner. That's number one. always your partner. But you also have to have the priority of you. And what does that mean? That means having boundaries. That means that you'll only accept certain things. And if that person crosses your boundaries, you give them one warning and tell them, listen, this is not acceptable, okay? You're not just gonna, for example, go out and not pick up your phone when I call you all night or something like that. Because if it happens again, you and I will not be talking and you and I will not be together. You've got to have strong boundaries, you guys. You got to have strong boundaries because people will treat you by what you allow, okay? And that's why you've got to make it clear in the beginning what you accept and what you don't accept. So there's no confusion, okay? I mean, people, their boundaries are being broke all over the place. They're telling me, their man has female friends and, they're gaslighting them and everything like that. And then they're switching it up and they're accusing them of cheating and everything like that. No, you have to stick to the issue that is. And when you see like shady shit, you have to call them out on it. You've got to call them out on it, all right? And don't let anybody flip anything on you because this is what they do. They'll flip everything on you and try to make it like it's your fault. That's how they take the blame off themselves, you guys. So be aware of that when you're dealing with somebody, okay? But this podcast was basically about attraction. So when we talk about attraction, all right, one of the things is you don't want to come off desperate. Oh my God, that is like the worst thing possible is to come off desperate. So how do you make yourself look desperate? That's by calling and looking for somebody and saying something to the effect of, oh, I haven't heard from you. Are we on for Saturday night? Okay. If that person is not calling you, let's say they made initial plans to go out with you on a Saturday, and now it's the end of the week. It's now Friday, and you haven't heard from them, okay? And they don't make plans to see you on that Saturday night, and Saturday comes and goes. Well, you know what? That is somebody who's really not into you. You don't call that person up looking for that date, all right? Because they know what's the right thing to do. Don't think they're stupid. They're not stupid, you guys. They're not stupid. What they're doing is they're playing their options. And another option came in. And that's why you're not hearing from them. Or in another case scenario, they have somebody already. So you've got to pick up on the clues. You follow their lead, okay? You show that person the same energy that they show you. If they're straight up, you be straight up. If they're not showing you the consistency, you step back and say, you know what? This is not somebody I can go somewhere with, okay? And although you are attractive and you have everything going, don't be hard on yourself. You may just be somebody that they're not looking for. Or they may have somebody on the side that you don't even know about. And you could still be a beautiful, attractive person. But because they have something else going on, they're tied to something else. And this brings me to my next point, okay? It doesn't matter how great looking and attractive you are. If you get involved with somebody who is not truly single, what does that mean? They may not be in a relationship, but they may have a situationship somewhere. So there is an attachment to somebody on the outside. So what does that mean? That means that their energy and their focus is not completely on you. And this, you guys, is the biggest problem in dating today. Because you're going to be out there, you're trying to attract somebody, and you go out there, and the person that you meet is not fully single, and they lie about it. A lot of them lie about it, and they say, well, I'm single and everything like that. But meanwhile, they're having sex with Jane down the street every week, and they have that connection there, okay? That is not somebody who is fully single. So it's going to be hard for you to be able to have a relationship with somebody like that because there's a string out there. You see what I'm saying? So in the beginning, when we talk about attraction, you have to make sure that this person is completely single. How will you know that? You'll know that by them not disappearing, okay? By them not making excuses why they can't see you, okay? That's how you're going to know that there's somebody else around in the wings. If they keep making excuses, I wanted to see you on Friday or Saturday night, but, I have to help, my sister, paint her apartment, or if they keep giving you lame excuses, all right, that is somebody who may have somebody on the side or be seeing somebody. So you need to know not to put your energy fully into somebody like that, okay? That's why you always have to have your other options available and never put your eggs all in one basket until you know that this person and you are in an exclusive relationship. I can't say this enough. Never, ever focus in on just one, you guys. Because you may start dating somebody, you may really like that person, and that person is not exclusive with you. And this is what they do. They'll sit there and they'll tell you, I'm just dating you. I'm centering in just on you. Well, that's great. Center in on me. But guess what? Until I have that full commitment, I'll be centering in on whatever else is around till you lock it down. Okay? Because that's how they play you. They tell you that they're just dating you. That's like kind of a half-assed way of keeping you dangling the carrot and keeping you around. And meanwhile, they have their other options available. So, be smart about it. Don't buy into that crap where they sit there and they tell you, I'm just seeing you. I'm just, I'm putting all my energy. Or they like to say stuff to the effect of, I don't like to date a lot of people because when I date a lot of people, I can't give my energy all to you. Well, that's great. You can do whatever you want, okay? But don't let somebody kind of intimidate you into doing the same thing, all right? Always leave your doors open until they lock it down, okay? And this is where a lot of people and a lot of women, I'm going to talk about women now, it could go the other way too, but this is where a lot of women make a mistake because they buy into that crap, that shit, where they're dating somebody and the guy is telling them, well, I'm just seeing you and, all my energy is on you and, we have to see where it goes, okay? The famous string along. Let's see where it goes. Or I just got out of a relationship and I'm not looking for anything serious, but maybe in time I will. Well, that's great. That's you. Now I got to start thinking about me, okay? Because you're not going to waste my fucking time, okay? You're going to do what works for you. So when somebody tells you something like that, that's fine. You could just tell them, oh, that's great. That's how you work and everything. But you know what? Until I'm in a committed relationship, I could date other people just like you could date other people. And that's how you keep somebody on their toes, because now they know that you're not sweating them and that you're not so desperate that, oh my God, I'm hanging on for you to say we're in a relationship and everything. No, don't make yourself desperate like that. Okay. Like I knew somebody, she was living with the guy and everything like that. And he was saying something to somebody else, a female friend of his, and he was telling the other female friend, well, I'm not married to her, because the other female friend said, oh, are you single? He goes, well, I'm not married to her. So, from her perspective, she should be like, yeah, that's right, we're not married. So that means that, I can do what I want to do because we have not made that formal commitment, all right? There's a difference between being in a formal commitment and just dating somebody, all right? And don't, what's that saying? Don't give out the wifey benefits without being the fucking wife, or you are a sucker. And this is what so many women are doing today. Ding, ding, all right? This is why you're not getting your commitment, guys, all right? Because You're making it too easy. You're making it too easy. You got to let these dudes know that, you know what? If you're not going to lock it down, that's right. I am going to be seeing other people. That's right. There's no ring on my finger. That's right. That's right. We're not married. Okay? Not, they try to pull that stuff and everything like that. Like I had that, in one of my relationships where he was like saying something to the effect of like, well, no, I'm your man and this and that. Yeah, okay, you're my man, but there's no ring on my finger, all right? So we're not bound. We're not bound, okay? So this is how you get somebody, if they're really serious about you, to make the next step, because they have to feel that they are going to lose you, all right? If they don't feel that they're going to lose you, guess what? They're gonna be lazy about it, because they feel like, you know what, I already got you. I don't have to do anything, all right? Or they feel like, okay, you're not seeing other people or whatever. So and I'm not even going to go there with the marriage thing. Let's just talk about being in a relationship. There's a lot of women that are dating a guy that is not becoming exclusive with them. They're doing situationships and doing all that. Let me tell you something about the situationship thing, okay? Only do a situationship, and I don't even condone that, okay? Because I feel like people should value their bodies than just jump around. Like if you're going to give your body to somebody, they should be worth it. They should be worth it. But, if you're somebody that's not looking for a relationship and you just want to have fun in situationships, that's one thing. But remember this. Don't get your feelings involved. And that's what's so hard. That's what's so hard with the friends with benefits business, because eventually somebody gets their feelings involved, all right? The longer you see somebody, the longer you do the situationships and the friends with benefits, you're going to have that emotional attachment the more you see that person. Maybe the first couple times you can swing with it and walk away from the person, but you're going to get that emotional attachment to that person, and especially women, because this is how women are wired, all right? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some women that could just, go out there and be freaky with it and everything like that, but eventually I've seen it, you guys, you're going to get that emotional attachment that, if you've been friends with benefits or you've been in a situationship with somebody and then all of a sudden that person walks away from you, you are going to feel it. You're going to feel it because you've built an intimate bond with that person. It's not like a one-night stand. A one-night stand is a one-night stand. You haven't really had conversation with that person. You haven't really experienced different things with that person. It is a one-night stand. A situationship, though, is you have been, you're seeing that person on a regular basis, and it's basically a relationship without a commitment. Now, why waste your time is what I have to say to that. Why waste your time, okay? Unless you're somebody who wants to be on your own and you don't want to be in a relationship and you want your freedom, okay? And, I've seen people with the friends with benefits where a lot of times with the women, they'll say, I don't understand why he doesn't call and see how I am and stuff. We are friends with benefits. No, you're not. Okay, let me tell you something about this friends with benefits business, okay? It is basically, you're getting used. Hello, you're getting used, all right? You're basically just a piece of meat. You're not a friend, all right? We don't fuck our friends. I don't fuck my friends, okay? So basically, they like to, glorify it and say, well, we're friends with benefits. No, you're just somebody that they fuck when they feel like fucking, and they don't owe you anything. They don't have to call you to see how you're feeling. They don't have to spend time with you and take you out on a date, because if that was the case, it would be more of dating in a relationship. You're a friend with benefits, which means you're basically a fuck buddy. That's what you are. So know what it is, you guys. Know what it is and stop expecting situationships to turn into relationships because you already been labeled. You already got that mark on you. You're a situationship. And what does that mean? That means that most times, 9 times out of 10, I won't say it doesn't ever work into relationship because there's always exceptions to the rule, but that means that basically, they feel that if you could have low boundaries like that and accept that, already they're looking down on you. They're looking down on you. And how do I know that? Because I know a lot of guys that have done that with women, and they've come back to me and said the same thing. I would never go in a relationship with her because that's all she was a friends with benefit or a situationship, okay? Because in their mind, they're thinking to themselves, well, if she's doing this with me, she is probably doing it with somebody else, and she does not value herself. Ding, ding, okay? She does not value herself because she is accepting less, all right? So your value goes down, all right? And this is why a lot of guys, not all, but a lot of guys will not take it to the next level and be in a relationship or even marry you because you settled for less. You showed that person that you're going to accept less. And what does that tell that person? That tells the person that you don't value yourself. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, all right? So don't go into a situationship hoping for a relationship. It doesn't go that way, okay? You don't get the dessert before you get the appetizer and the dinner, all right? Because then you don't want the appetizer and the dinner, all right? I'm passionate about this because I see so many people doing that, and then they wonder why they can't get the relationship and everything like that. That's where boundaries come into play. I can't speak enough about how important boundaries are and all of that because people are just going with whatever. They're out there blind. They're just hooking up, having fun. And then they're wondering why their hookups aren't turning into more. They're wondering why isn't this guy calling me? We had a great time Saturday night. We had great sex and everything like that. Because you don't have the other components to the relationship. That's why. You haven't taken the time to sit there and have all those conversations and built that emotional, mental bond with that person. That's why, okay? That's why you're not getting what you want from that person, all right? And the thing is this, you guys, other people come back to me and say, well, you know what? Guys don't want relationships, so I'm just going to have fun. And that's not true. That is not true. There are a lot of dudes out there that do want relationships. Believe me when I tell you, okay? I have a few guy friends. They wish they could meet a nice woman and everything like that because they're getting played right back by women that are jumping around having fun and doing the same thing back to them. So but it's a weed out. It is a weed out. You've got to look where you're meeting these people and who you're meeting. All right? Because most of the time things don't work out because you're picking the wrong people. I can't say this enough. I cannot say this enough. You are picking the wrong people. And why am I telling you guys this stuff? Because I've done it. I've done it for years. I always picked the wrong person, okay? Even my guy friends have told me in the past, you got to stop going for the same type of dudes, all right? I was going for these guys who had an edge and everything like that, but not realizing that, you know what? This is not a relationship type of guy, all right? And now I'm in a point where I'm in a relationship. I have a relationship type guy. So, the old saying goes, find a man who wants to be kept. And it's so true, okay? Find a guy that wants what you want. And I know most of them will say that they want that. And a lot of them are lying to you because they want another benefit. They want sex, or maybe they're trying to use you for what you got money-wise, or your house or your place or something like that. But that's why you got to screen these people. That's why you have to move slowly and everything like that. And when you work on yourself and we talk about attraction and you have everything into place, you have to know who do you want to attract? Okay? Because if you're looking good and you got your shit together and everything like that, you have to be careful because you're going to attract the wrong ones. And just because somebody is showing you attention, okay, you have to look at that person and say to yourself, is this person going to be right for me? Let me get out that microscope and take a good look at this person and see what this person is made of. Let me see their track record. Let me see, are they financially sound? Are they on their feet? Because if they're not together on their feet, they're not financially sound. In other words, they're not secure in being able to pay their bills or take care of themselves, and you are, or you have something to offer, be careful. Be careful, because you got a lot of dudes out there, and it goes the other way, women too, all right? You got a lot of people out there trying to get over financially. It's not even so much about sex, but you got a lot of romantic scammers out there that are trying, they know they can get sex anywhere. Sex is easy. So now you have people that are trying to use romance or love bombing to get something financial out of you because they see you got something. You have a good job. You have money in the bank. You have a house or something like that. So make sure and I'm telling you guys, and please listen because this is so true. You got to be careful today, especially with these scammers. And these scammers are good. They're good. They're not going to show their hand in the beginning. Like I told you, you may not see their true intentions till 6 months or a year. That's somebody who's a real good scammer. All right. And you think you got a real one, but in their mind, they're looking for something else out of you. That's why you want to check that person out and make sure that they're financially sound, that, they don't need you for any kind of financial gain. All right. But I went off on a tangent today, you guys, with attraction. And my biggest thing is this. Number one, be the best version of you. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody's different. Everybody's lived a different life. And that's okay because you're working with what you got. All right? Be the best version of you. And if they don't like you, and you like somebody and they're not showing you that consistency or something like that, don't take it personally. You have to just chalk it up and say, well, maybe I wasn't what they're looking for. Okay, maybe I'm older and they're looking for younger. Or maybe, I'm exotic and dark looking and they're looking for a blonde or a different type of woman or vice versa, which is okay because you want people who want you. All right. And even though you may be having some bad luck out there, you will hit it if you put yourself in the right places around the right people. Eventually, you're going to hit it. You got to live your life, let the world turn, do what you got to do. And I'm telling you, oh my God, this is so true. When you are not looking for somebody, that is when you're going to meet somebody. That's what happened to me. I didn't expect I was going to meet my man when I did. Believe me, totally blindsided. And I'm going to do a podcast on that and bring him on and all that. But you will meet somebody when you least expect it, but your first focus has to be on you and working on yourself, maybe getting a new hairdo, maybe, buying yourself a new outfit, maybe networking and making friends and going out and keeping busy. When you live your life and you live your life full and you get yourself out there, you will attract people. You're going to be around people and you're going to attract people, and you're not going to have that desperate vibe that you would on a dating app. Like, I got to meet somebody. Oh my God, let me keep swiping. I'm so desperate. I got to meet somebody. No, live your life and let it come to you. This is what I'm telling you guys. And it's true. It's true. I had a good guy friend. He was in a long distance relationship. He was in New York. She's in California. And when he wasn't expecting it, he met her. They dated 6 months long distance, and now they're married, living in California, and very happy, okay? And it was when he least expected it, all right? So this is what I'm telling you. So I hope this helps you guys. If it did, hit the subscribe button. Please share the relationship, and have a great day. And remember also what I told you. Even though you got it all together and you're attractive and everything like that, if you're not working with the right dude or the right woman. It doesn't matter how attractive you are. You will never go with somebody who is not looking for what you're looking for, or if they're not looking for you. And that's okay, because there'll be somebody else that is. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Hi, you guys. I just want to make you aware that the Game Exposed podcast now has their merchandise available. You can check out the link in the podcast description. There's hoodies, there's sweatpants, there's t-shirts, there's cool hats. So go check it out. Link is in the podcast description. And follow Yaz on Instagram at dating_advice_Yaz. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description.